One guy who had one heck of a weekend is the head coach of the Lubbock Cooper Pirates as they pull out a really emphatic 35-0 win over Wolfforth Frenship. We are happy to be joined by the head coach of those Pirates, is Max Kattwinkel. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's Monday.
It is. Sir, you have no idea how right you are. So I'm going to read you, Max, I haven't told you this. I'm going to read you a text message.
Okay.
So I texted Coach this morning and said, hey, would love to have you on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you available? 10 minutes or so, around 12:15.
Okay.
The reply, only if you don't pick Friendship to win over us next year. Cry laughing emoji. And boy, did I walk right into that one. Coach, you were exactly right. I picked Friendship to beat him. I said it would be close, and I was wrong on both counts.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you were, but I was just playing with you.
I know you were. What? Take us back to Friday night. I think we thought the game was going to be close. We thought that this was going to be a really tightly contested game. You guys came out and were firing on all cylinders from the jump. What was working for you guys on Friday night?
Well, I think our defense has done what they have done all season. They're playing really well right now, and it's not just any one guy. It's good team defense going on right now, and they continued that this past Friday. And then offensively, we had to clean up some just mental errors from the previous week, and that's pretty common early in the season. But they did that and showed what we're capable of on offense for sure. So very pleased. But more than anything, I just really love the effort and the intensity and the preparation that our kids had last week.
One of the things I've been saying this year about your squad is that I feel like in a fourth season under you, they're finally getting that churn of the roster. You're finally getting guys who have been with you for pretty much the length of their football career. How much difference can you see between what's happening this year and maybe what happened in your first couple of years?
Well, anytime you get a new coach in, it just takes some time for the kids to get to know what your expectations are, what culture you want around the program, and I think they're buying into that, and hopefully that's what we're seeing right now.
And you mentioned your defense. Your defense has been outstanding. Obviously, not just the shutout win over a pretty powerful Friendship squad, but also you've allowed 21 points all year in just 2 games. For what can you attribute the defensive really prowess to? What's working for you on the defensive side?
Well, I think it's just that the one, I think our defensive staff is phenomenal. They're a bunch of it's a good blend of a bunch of experienced coaches and some younger, energetic ones, and it's just a good staff that understands the game. And then the other thing is that our kids they're just playing good team defense, and if everybody takes care of their responsibility and flies to the football, then you're going to be successful.
We're talking with Max Kattwinkel, the head coach of the Lubbock Cooper Pirates here on DCTF Live. Get involved in the conversation at #DCTF Live. And Coach, I want to ask you about your offense, and it's got to start with your quarterback. Jarrett Dagey has had a great year last year as a junior. He looks poised for an even bigger year as a senior. When you're watching your quarterback out there, what stands out to you?
Well, I just think he's comfortable. Coming in last year, it's just like everything else. I mean, he had a great year last year, but he's just more comfortable in the offense, and we've kind of given him a little more freedom as far as making reads and being able to get us in and out of things. And he's really comfortable right now. And he's just this is his team as far as the offense goes. He's taking it off and run with it. So. He's a great young man, and we're very blessed to have him.
And then he can't do it without obviously an offensive line, and that's something that I think we had a few question marks about coming into the season. How is your offensive line gelled so far?
It's been a phenomenal. We felt like that was going to be one of our strengths coming in. We have 4 guys on our offensive line that are seniors that have started for us since they were sophomores and been in a lot of big football games. And that's been a big strength for us. And you know how that is. If your quarterback's not comfortable back there, then you're not going to be very successful. And he's able to be that way because of that offensive line.
And then for those out there in the Lubbock area, they probably know the name of your outstanding safety, Ty Thomas, an Arizona State commit. Obviously, that's a really special playmaker. For you, what's it like to just be able to turn him loose out there on a defense?
Well, I'd like to be able to do that. He's injured right now.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I knew he played against Randall, but he got a little banged up.
No, he actually got banged up our first game of the season against Amarillo High, and you know we expect him back at some point. But yeah, he's a special athlete and playmaker as well on the defensive side. And, you know, we're fortunate we've been able to have some guys step in and do a good job while he's been out.
Last year, you guys had I would say, with all due respect to El Paso Eastlake, you guys came up, I think, short on the wrong end of an upset when you guys lose to Eastlake in the second round. How much has that game and kind of the I would say briefer than you expected exit from the or playoff run, how much has that motivated you guys this year?
I'm not going to lie, it's a big motivation because that's 2 years in a row Eastlake has put us out, and you know, it's I think it got under our skin, and that's definitely a motivating factor, and we feel like we're capable of putting together a good run this year. You know, a lot of things have to fall in place, but that's definitely a motivating factor for the year.
And now you guys have two more non-district games, Weatherford, and then you guys will take on Clovis, New Mexico. Before you get into district play, in District 4, 5A, this is a district that you know, there are a couple landmines out there. I think if I'm being honest, I would probably call you guys at least co-favorites in this district. Probably, I would say the favorite. When you look at 4, 5A, what are you seeing as far as your district is concerned?
Well, in preseason, you know, so far, you know, Lubbock, Coronado, and Lubbock Monterey have gotten off to great starts against some really good competition, and you know, they're both undefeated, and that them dropping down from 6A is going to be a big challenge because they're not going to be phased by Lubbock Cooper for sure. So they're good football teams, and so we're going to have work cut out for us. And then you've got Abilene Cooper, who you know, they haven't gotten off to the start they wanted to, but they're a very talented football team. It's going to be a battle once district starts.
He is Max Kattwinkel. He is the head coach of the Lubbock Cooper Pirates. Follow him on Twitter at @mkattwinkle. There's 2 T's in Kattwinkle. I should probably preface that. So, Coach, appreciate your time. Congratulations on your hot start, and good luck the rest of the way.
Well, I appreciate you having me.
There he goes, Max Kattwinkel, head coach of the Lubbock Cooper Pirates. I didn't know about Ty Thomas. I just presumed
it's a bummer.
I know.
It's a bummer.
I don't know. Another
injury.
Another injury.
God.
Like another star.
Yep.
Who's injured. I had not heard that, unfortunately. That just obviously. So if you think about that, which means that and their 2-0 start does not include that game against Amarillo, because that game against Amarillo ended up getting lightninged out or some sort of
and to lose one of your best players in a game that didn't even count.
So that stinks. But the other part of that is, think about how good this defense has been
without him,
without their best player.
Right.
Like, Jared Daigie's probably the best player on the offensive side. I don't think there's really any question that Ty Thomas is, at worst, the best player on their defense, and at best, the best player on their team.
Right.
So to do that and get off to that start without their best player is really impressive. He is an Arizona State commit. He's quite a playmaker out there. So if he can come back, then all of a sudden you talk about getting a guy, if they can keep this going, you know, they're going to be favored over Weatherford. Of course, they're going to beat the team from New Mexico. But then they get into district play, and if they can get him healthy when they get into district play, which let's see, they've got who's next on, or who's do they get a week off? They got to get a week off here pretty soon. They're getting a week off. Between district, non-district, and district play. And they open up with Lubbock. They'll be favored over them. Mm-hmm. Then Abilene Cooper. And Abilene Cooper will probably be their first real big test, after this Friendship game.
Right.
If they can get him back, talk about like almost like a trade deadline acquisition.
Right.
A guy that you don't anticipate that's been out for these, that you can change things on your defense. Very impressive what Coach Kattwinkel has built out there.
I would also like to point out, I picked Lubbock Cooper to win that game, and I didn't think it was going to be close. So
okay, I thought it was
just
going to be close.
For the record,
I thought
my friends in Lubbock,
I thought Friendship was going to be able to put something together defensively. I thought that was going to be. I thought they were going to be able to maybe get in Jarrett Daigie's kitchen, but has not happened.
My thought was more. And I'm sure you'll agree with this sentiment at least, is whenever you get a really good quarterback out west, they seem to dictate games. And in his senior season, that comfort in the offense now with Coach Kattwinkel just felt like he'd have more than they could handle.
And don't forget, this is a 5A over 6A.
Right.
I mean, this is a really impressive win. This is a feather in the Pirates' cap.